Hi. This is a different video than what I've been doing recently. Actually, hold on. This is actually a analysis video on Petscop 12 that came out today, about 15 hours ago, from recording this on July 4th, 2018. The first Petscop episode of 2018. And it's so much different. And I'll show you why. It starts off as him doing sporadic movements in the quitter's room, but there's nothing on the other side. Now, Paul in the prior episodes didn't do those spastic movements, and now he's just going crazy. It cuts to him coming back in the quitter's room to find that it has some kind of pointed, distorted shape on its head for a head, unlike Paul. I almost said Petscop, my bad. But notice how when they both get to each other, there is a similarity between their heads. Damn. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to go that far. Hold on. Notice how Paul's character has that pointed little red piece out of his mouth for like a mouth or something. Well, that's what simulates me to him, or Paul to him, I should say, because it's got it's got 2 points, a horn point and a mouth point, and then the back of the head point, but it's more rounded in the back. But I don't know. I know it's not very resembling of each other, but I just put those two together real quick. I don't know. Food for thought, I guess, what Pyrocenical would say. And he does a lot of freezes, and he doesn't talk today this time. There's no talking at all in this whole episode. And I think there was like 1 or 2 other episodes like this, but this one's different. You'll see soon. And then he leaves the room, goes down the hall, and when he turns to right, that happens. The thing from the room comes back, and I did take this picture, by the way. It took me a while to do, for like 4 tries. The thing from the critter's room sprints into Paul as he goes for a second gift. And he's confused and startled by this as he goes back and hesitates. And then something weird happens. Watch his character. One eye looks down the hall as if he's disturbed by it. And then he stops here and turns around. Like, maybe I should. And then, hi, Belle. Hi, Belle. Something starts talking to him. You're free. I left these messages for you to look at in case you ever were rescued. Which I have a feeling either this is Paul's friend or just someone else in general. So while you walk around looking for something to do, I'll come up periodically. When the messages run out, I'll be out of your hair forever and ever. And then he goes down the hall, and it clips to him looking at the grave again. Gets 2 gifts, and then you've apparently been running Petscop non-stop for 553758221 seconds or 153822 hours. And then here's the thumbnail up in the next frame. And I say thumbnail, and notice how this episode doesn't have that rounded TV shape in the video. And it's just a basic video. That looks dubious to me. What do you think? I'm giving it a little voice because I think I imagine it like some kind of like girl. I don't know why. And then, as he's frozen, nothing happens here. I don't think. I haven't seen anything yet. He starts skipping the gifts, or at least tries to for a bit. Watch. Comes into the next one. Dodges the gifts. Except for that one. And then he just doesn't care and just goes through. And starts talking. Are you still sitting on a chair? I am. Can you still look around the room? Is there still a room? And this is confusing to me because it makes me think that they're talking to the friend, as if the friend is like in some kind of like creepy room, like dark, boxed in area. Makes me imagine they're on a bench instead of a chair. This is the child library. And this part weirds me out too. You're not family, so I didn't add your traits to the face system. That means I didn't add your eyes, or your eyebrows, or your nose. And now I don't really know who this voice is talking to. And then sporadic movements. A clip, sporadic movements, and then goes up the stairs. Oh, that's music coming from the living room. I'm sorry if you hear background noise. My mom's watching TV. Also, notice how this door is actually facing us this time, unlike the previous episodes, except for Petscop 1 and 2. And then Michael, or that's what everyone calls him at least. I call him some kind of distorted potato head. But Michael here starts slowly moving as if he's like freeing himself from some kind of freeze. And then it says, "Don't get lost." And I'm not sure if the voice said it or if Michael said it. But then Michael starts going in a few circles until he signals for Paul to follow him. And he does. But while this happens, he clips and he gets frozen in mid-animation. And that also threw me off. I was like, whoa, okay. Why though? When I do Petscop 13 analysis, I'm going to do my first watch. Paul starts to just go on his own. And then the voice talks again. Happy birthday, Belle. And then the first word on the next scene just says "it's," I think. No, it says "I'm." Happy birthday, Belle. I'm what? I'm calling you Belle because that's who you are. And this is why I think it's not Paul anymore. The description says it is Paul, but I don't think it is. You might be confused as to what happened. I was overeager before and started calling you Tiara prematurely. Sorry about that. Sorry. I created a space in the menu for you. Still unused now. And that's what makes me think the baby names. Then I put you out inside the machine, played the second movement of Stravinsky's septet on the needles. Almost screwed that up. I played it wrong, but that would have been okay. If you hadn't given up halfway, you would be Tiara. This is not what happened, and now I'm gone. And the video just ends there. I think this isn't Paul because it's given two different names. At first it was calling you Tiara and then Belle. Meaning, and if I'm getting this right, meaning it's talking to the previous players of the game. One stopped playing